He's only 8 and already he's being compared to Tiger Woods. He is a golfing prodigy, a champion in the making, and already he's mixing it with the big boys of the game. Elise Mooney with the story.
This is one pint-sized putter. Matias, how old are you?
8.
You're 8. And what's your handicap?
27.
While most of his peers are returning to school, Matias Sanchez competed in the Victorian Open Pro-Am.
Who's caddying today?
Dad, Mum.
Is he? Oh, okay.
Teeing off with the likes of former Australian Open golf champ Peter Fowler.
Well, you've got pretty stiff competition today.
I have, yeah.
An 8-year-old.
Hope he doesn't outdrive me.
At 18 months, Matias picked up his first club.
We bought it plastic gloves like any parents buy toys for children. And he started hitting the ball, and we noticed that he's hitting the ball very well.
Mum, Fanny, and Dad, Arnaldo, say they knew their little boy was gifted.
When he was 3 years old, we took him to the golf range for the first time.
5 years on, and this tiny golfer is aiming high.
In USA, probably British Open, US Open.
All right, that's a good start, isn't it?
Yep.
So do you think you're the next Tiger Woods?
Probably I am.
Really?
I'll just try to get in the top 10.
Dale Marshall from the Stuart Appleby Junior Golf Foundation has faith he'll make it.
We could possibly have the next Tiger Woods on our hands, the next Stuart Appleby, who knows. He's a fantastic talent and it depends on where he wants to take it from here.
Both protégés were clutching clubs at a tender age.
I'm addicted. I'm addicted to golf.
My name is Harry Cure.
Many Australians have shown talent at a young age. Harry Cure was 15 when he travelled to England to trial with an English Premiership football club. Fast forward to the 2006 World Cup and the Golden Boy was kicking goals.
I want every trophy. Every trophy that is possible to have, I want.
And young gun of Australian cricket Michael Clarke set his sights on the game at an early age.
I was very selfish about backyard cricket. I hated bowling. I'd always bat first.
Another young and ace performer is Bryden Klein. At 17, he's the face of Australia's tennis future, taking out the Australian Open Junior Championship.
Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Bryden Klein.
And the youngest and possibly tiniest Australian at last year's Commonwealth Games, diver Melissa Wu. She had talent and class beyond her 13 years.
I've always been a lot more mature for my age, so I fit in really well with older people.
But are impossibly young and gifted athletes mature enough to cope with the demands of the sporting spotlight?
Youth sport, how is it played, how is it done, and is it healthy? And I don't think it is.
Shane Gould should know. The Australian swimming legend, who won 5 Olympic medals, now says no athlete under 18 should be allowed to compete at the Olympics.
Often you get a champion 10-year-old, but you won't see them when they're 16. There's this thing called burnout, and I think that's an old-fashioned term. But I think that that kids need to do kid things, kid-like activities, kid-like play.
We can test for particular skills in terms of concentration, decision-making speed. We can also monitor for burnout in terms of measuring their heart rate and changes in their weight. So astute coaches will have the tools to be able to recognise any early signs of burnout or fatigue or whatever, and then to be able to nip it in the bud and give them the appropriate support.
Dr Noel Blunden is a sports psychologist. He says young elite sports people need life balance.
They are continuing their education, okay? There are other options, so whether it be a tennis player or a swimmer may go into the media, they may go into journalism, they may go into physiotherapy, they may become a coach in that sport. So it's important that their sport is not an all or nothing thing.
Matias still plays games loved by 8-year-olds, but the little man with a big swing is happiest playing 18 holes.
We never push Matias to do something. He is driving us to the game. We wanted to Matias grow up as a decent person, to be useful in the society, respect other people. If he becomes professional later on, it's up to him.
Little boy with a big future. Elise Mooney with that story.